Hey guys, welcome to Guyver Gaming TV, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ghost Recon Breakpoint. This is a game that has come after Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was really great. I have Wildlands, it was brilliant fun. The fidelity and the graphics of it were gorgeous. The terrain and surroundings were beautiful, and the gameplay was really good and fun to do as well. So I originally thought Breakpoint was actually a DLC for Wildlands until my mate Ramped Him Out 4 told me it was a new game. So I had a look at it, got into the closed beta, was invited to that, and played a good bit of that. The footage you're seeing in the background here is my initial playthrough of the story and stuff that was in the betas. And then I had a go at the open beta as well. Not much had changed in the open beta, to be fair. I think they just added PvP stuff and that, which I wasn't really that interested in. How would I describe Breakpoint? I would describe it as Tom Clancy's version of The Division. Just because it takes the RPG elements of The Division, the customization, and adds it to the gameplay and combat style of Ghost Recon, which to me is a brilliant combination. I like the looter shooter sort of thing, but the one thing I don't like about The Division is the way that the enemies have hit points. You know, if you get a headshot, it's only like a critical point thing, whereas in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, if you get a headshot, the dude's dead, you know what I mean? And that's what I like about it. It's more realistic in the gunplay, but you have the added fun and customization of The Division, which is really cool, and what I really like to do. You know, I like to make my soldier, if you know what I mean. I like to make him look unique and individual. There's not much customization on these ones because, as I say, it was in the beginning part of the beta. So this is just going through the initial story. And I did play over the weekend with Ramped Mark 4 and did a lot of multiplayer with him, and it was brilliant fun. The multiplayer in it is great when you can communicate and coordinate shots and attacks and defenses and things like that. It's really, really cool. So if you do have a group of friends that are going to play this, I highly, highly recommend getting it for the group play. So we'll go on and we'll start with the thing that everybody looks at, the graphics. My initial thoughts was, yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful game. It doesn't seem to stand up to Wildlands. I don't know why. It just didn't seem as nice and as polished as Wildlands. I'm not too sure why that was. The textures just didn't seem as good. And one place that you really see this is the flames and the smoke effects. They are shocking. I have read that apparently if you play it in 4K, they look great. But 99.9% of people do not play games in 4K. 1440p is a sweet spot. Most will play 1080p. And the flames are pixelated to all hell at 1080p. They are terrible looking. Like your mobile phone can make better flames, to be fair. They look shocking, and considering you're playing a war game, there's going to be a lot of flames and smoke about, like, and whenever you go into picture mode, they look great, but for some reason when you're actually playing, they look shocking. I'll try and get some footage up in the background here of some of the flames. I'm actually looking at some footage now that's pretty good for flames and that, so I'll get them up. But that's the major disappointment, is the actual flame effects in it, and like when you're up close to textures, they're really pixelated. The grass and stuff when you're crawling through it, it looks like you're playing Minecraft. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. It's just not up to scratch. It really isn't. Don't get me wrong. The gameplay is brilliant. The multiplayer is great fun. The gunplay is really nice. The customization is great, but the overall graphics and polish are a little disappointing, to be fair. I mean, you look at the bodies and stuff on the ground, and it's pixelated. It's I don't know whether they need to freaking put a high texture pack on or something, or just, I don't know. But they really need to look at the textures in this. I don't know whether on release it'll be any better. I can't afford it, so I'm not going to get it myself, because I don't have the money for that sort of thing, these days. But from the closed and open beta, the textures really, really need looking at. But that's enough on the graphics. It's Tom Clancy Ghost Recon game. Looks pretty good, but not amazing. Not as good, in my opinion, as Wildlands did. So, move on to the actual gunplay. The weapons feel nice. They sound great. There's a good variety of weaponry, obviously, as it's gone for that looter-shooter sort of vibe. Like The Division and Division 2. It feels pretty good. I like the gunplay in this better than The Division. But one thing I will say is movement-wise in this. Most of the movement is good, but the one place that really falls short on is the cover system in this. It's... how can I put it nicely? Crap. Some things you can't even get cover behind. I mean, me and Rat were doing a mission, and we got ambushed, and I was trying to get cover behind a box. Wouldn't do it. It was as if the box didn't exist in the game. Oh, sorry about that. It's my phone flipping going off. You know what I mean? It's as if the box wasn't there. Could not get cover behind it, so I had to go and find other cover while getting shot to all hell. And then when you're behind cover, you can't move to the other cover. It's really hard getting out of it and getting into it. The cover system needs an overhaul, in my opinion. The rest of the movement is pretty good. I really like the fact that when you're crawling, you can actually cover yourself in mud, and like prone camo or something they call it, and it like Arnie's yourself in Predator. When he covers himself in his mud and hides from the Predator, it does that to you. You lie in the mud, cover yourself up, and you can hardly be seen. It's really, really cool. I really enjoyed that. It was class looking. But the overall movement is good. As I say, it's just the cover system that needs a serious look at, to be fair. As I say, the gunplay is really good. The story is actually quite good. I'm enjoying the story, or at least the bit that I played in the beta. That was pretty good. But as I say, it's definitely a multiplayer game. If you've got a group of friends, this is 100% that sort of game, and you'll have masses of fun with it. The sound effects are great. I haven't tried it with a new headset that I got yet, but the sound effects in the game are really nice. The weapon sounds are great. The vehicles need overhauled as well. I don't know whether that's just because it's in beta or not. I hope it's because it's in beta, because all the vehicle sounds were really bad. The trucks and vehicles sound like it was a two-stroke motor and stuff like that. They were really bad. So, in my opinion, there's still a lot to polish in this. But the control of the vehicles was nice. I did like how they drove, so that was pretty good. With the cars and the bikes. Helicopters are still Ghost Recon helicopters. I've never really liked how the aircraft have flown in these games, but it is what it is. They're alright. They get you from A to B, that's really all you're going to be using them for. But yeah, vehicles need a sound overhaul big time. You have obviously your classes in this now, so your sniper and engineer and all that sort of jazz, and you can go in, put your skill points in and things like that. It's basic RPG looter shooter stuff these days. It's well thought out. It's not bad. Doesn't really add a massive amount to the gameplay, in my opinion. They could have just left that part the same as Ghost Recon Wildlands, to be honest. But it's a good wee addition. I went through it, had a wee play with it. It's pretty good, you know. Got some skills up in that. Back to the weapons, I like the customization you can do with them. Putting your silencers on, changing your scopes out, changing under barrel equipment, putting barrel grips on, things like that, paint schemes. Again, all the usual stuff, and your outfit does change as well with whatever you put on, which is really nice too. As I say, if you want to know what the new customization stuff is like in this, just go to Division 2. It's pretty much exactly the same. Not quite as specialised equipment, but still, you know, gloves, boots, chest pieces, hats, helmets, weapons, backpacks, the whole lot can be customised and changed around, which is pretty cool. Character creation was a little bit lacking, but when you're going to have helmets on and camouflage face paint and all that jazz, it doesn't really matter. You're going to be more customisable by your outfit than your actual personal appearance of your features and stuff. But yeah, I think that's about covered everything. So, in short, guys, audio needs a bit of work. Graphics and textures needs a bit of work. Movement needs a bit of work. Vehicles needs a bit of work. But the actual gameplay and multiplayer part of it is fun. So, yes, it is a diamond in the rough, in my opinion. Out of 10, maybe 6.5, 7. If they get the texture sorted, the sound sorted, the movement sorted, it'll be a really high scorer and a far, far better game. But they really, really need to get into that and look at it. I don't know why the textures are like they are. I was running this on Ultra, wasn't taxing my PC at all. I mean, I have a 5960, I think, X, running at 4.2 gigahertz and a 1080 Ti. I had like 8 cores, 16 threads, wasn't taxing it at all. GPU wasn't even breaking a sweat, you know what I mean? It was out for a jog. Everything was on Ultra, and it didn't look Ultra, in my opinion. So they need to have a look at that. Why you need to play this game in 4K to get all the smooth textures and the non-pixelated flames and that, I have no clue. That shouldn't be the case. Because there's very few people play it in 4K. But yeah, you'll see throughout the video that's running in the background cases of the flames and the smoke and that just looking terrible. And other little texture glitches here and there. But all in all, guys, I would recommend it. If you have other friends to play with. If you're a solo player, I wouldn't really get it to play on your own. But if you have other mates to play with, then yeah, I would recommend it. And if they get all those little bits and bats that I was complaining about sorted, it'd be an amazing game. As I say, I will not be playing Release because I don't have the money to spend on it. But it is a good game, looks great. Detail wise, you know, with the mud on your weapons and your clothing and things like that, but just them textures, man, them textures. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you have any comments or questions, you know what to do with them, guys. Chuck them down below. My merch store is open on Streamlabs, is it that does it? If you click the link down below, you will see my Gavin Gaming TV gear. I've got mugs in there, t-shirts, jackets, backpacks. Other stuff will be added at some point, like phone cases and things like that. And also, if you check my other videos out now for my reviews and things, guys, you'll see Amazon links are starting to appear on some of them. I've got the Amazon affiliates program going, so if you click on them, guys, that'll be much appreciated too. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully see you around. See you later, guys.